This video is powered by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com/AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping. Keep your boys in top form with Manscaped.
Hi, welcome to AFTV. I got Frank with me. We just beat Chelsea 5-0 at the Emirates Stadium.
Reeks.
It stinks.
It reeks of victory, Cecil. Good God.
Good God. What a win. What a stink. Well, it wasn't even a stinky win. It was a beautiful smelling win.
It was an amazing win. That's what it was, Cecil. You know, when they talk about boys versus men today, and I'm not just talking about Chelsea's average team age, some complete randomers in there at points today. It was a thorough, professional performance from Arsenal. And, you know, I got 5 on it today. I'm absolutely buzzing. Look, the response from the last, obviously we'll exclude the Wolves game. The response to the Villa game and the Bayern Munich game has been brilliant because that Wolves game, I said I'll exclude it, but I'll talk about it here. Everyone thought that was going to be quite an awkward game. We made fairly easy work of it, especially in that second half.
A lot of fans saying it was a bad performance. Like, we know we got the job done, but a lot of fans saying Wolves was, maybe it was boring, but it was just a bad performance from Arsenal. But you're right, going forward, look at the response now.
Absolutely, and obviously we move into today's game and we've absolutely blown, you know, a London rival out of the park. You know, a team that even earlier on in the season we were still expecting to beat and held us to a draw. You know, there was a lot of, I was always confident we was going to win this game. But never in my life did I think we'd be putting Chelsea down to the levels of Sheffield United and West Ham United. It was amazing to see, Cecil.
It was enjoyable, very enjoyable. We got to talk about some of the players, Frank. And I know, listen, you mentioned a stat about David Raya now. He's got the Golden Glove as well for this season. That's incredible. I know you can talk about it more because you're an ex-goalie yourself. But some of the players today that really stood out for Arsenal, especially in that second half.
Absolutely. And obviously, I'll start with my man of the match. I think a lot of people are going to give it to Odegaard, and rightfully so. I understand that. I'm actually going to give it to Ben White. I don't think he put a foot wrong throughout the game. Obviously, he got a brace from a defensive position as well. I believe the first brace of his career. So congratulations to Ben White. Obviously, what you said about Raya there as well. He didn't really have much to do today. But yes, like I said, he's got the Golden Glove for the season. 14 clean sheets. No keeper in the Premier League can now catch up to him, you know. At times this season, he's come under a lot of criticism. And obviously, everyone knows how I feel about the whole Raya Ramsdale debate. But I will absolutely give credit where credit's due. David, congratulations on the Golden Glove. It's been a long time since Arsenal's been in the run for that competition. So it's good to see it coming from someone from Arsenal. And obviously, just to move on, like I said, Martin Odegaard was fantastic today. Just if it wasn't for Ben White, would have got my man of the match. And again, has to be said, 12 goals this season now. Super Kai Havertz. And obviously, the first player, I believe I read out the stat in the information station, the first player to ever get a brace against Chelsea in the Premier League after previously playing against them. And I think they're a bit bitter about that. I think you mentioned about on Twitter, they weren't even announcing his name when he was scoring the goals. So yeah, a horrible night for Chelsea fans, all in all.
Oh, we can enjoy and indulge in that. I must say, it is a good feeling. How are you feeling going into, I don't want to go too fast past the performance we just saw today, but Sunday we take on our North London rivals. Is there, like a lot of people would say, we're nervous for that game. I think that's again that stood out in the run that could derail us. Where are you feeling right now? Excitement, confident, nerves?
Well, obviously, after the last 2 performances, I don't think there's any real reason to feel any nerves or lack of confidence about this game. Obviously, I understand nerves in the sense that, you know, it's a North London derby. There's always going to be a little bit of nerves going into it. But after what I've seen from the last 2 performances, I'm not worried about anything that I've seen from this Arsenal team. And that's better than what I could have said against Aston Villa and Bayern Munich. So, but what's important for me is obviously this is fantastic tonight, but this could all mean nothing if we go to Spurs and, you know, we get a loss or a draw. I mean, a draw is not even good enough in the running that we're in. You know, we're top of the table again, 4 points clear of Manchester City. I understand they've got 2 games in hand over us now, but, you know, the pressure's on them now. While it's still in their hands, you know, they've got to go and get 2 wins in a row to top us again. So,
is it a different pressure for City that you think could topple them, or do you think they do what they do?
Well, like I said, like I'm still in the same situation. While we're top of the league now, it's highly likely that they're probably going to win both of those games. It's not out of the world of possibility that they can go and, for example, draw to Brighton away. We've seen that happen. And if they were to draw one of those games, it definitely puts us in a much better position. I believe if they win one and draw one, if they, for example, if they win the next game and draw one or something like that, we're back on level points. Yeah. And obviously, games like this is where it's really important in terms of the goal difference, because we're so far ahead on goal difference that if City even dare to drop points, we're back at the top of the league undisputed again. So, you know, it's a pressure that City they've experienced in the past, and we've seen how well they've handled pressure in the past. And obviously, they are definitely still favourites to win this league. But after what I've seen today, there's no reason at all to think that we're out of this.
100% to finish. Favourite goal out of the 5.
Do you know what? Mine's going to be a bit of a left field one. I'm actually going to go for Ben White second. I know it was accidental, but this is karma for the Mudryk one.
Yes.
When we was at Stamford Bridge,
yeah.
he didn't mean it. He scored. So, Chelsea, bit of a taste of your own medicine.
Hold that.
Hold that.